Hello, Dirt Magicians. Today we're here to talk about an edible weed that has a stinging bite. But she is one of my favorite plants as she's super healthy, she's got lots of healing properties, and my favorite tea is made from her, and she is Stinging Nettle. In this video, we'll discuss how to identify her, how to harvest her, and then we'll make one of my favorite teas together and discuss both her medicinal, healing, and health properties as a tea. Stick around till the very end when I tell you a few plants that you can use to help soothe the sting should you accidentally get stung. If you are new to our channel, our mission is to help you learn from other gardeners, i.e. dirt magicians, by peeking over the garden fence. So let us help you peek over the garden fence. Today we're here at my friend's hobby farm where she's got great patches of stinging nettle on the ends of her farm. So before we get into identifying and harvesting her, I just want to chat about what a weed is. A weed literally means an unwanted plant. And while yes, there are plants that can be pervasive and dangerous and in places that take the nutrients and energy from what we're trying to grow, many of our weeds though are actually food and medicine that we're completely missing out on. Some weeds are actually more nutritious than our veggies and herbs, as they are adapted to the climate and are better at mining the soil for nutrients. We at Dirt Magicians are very passionate about rebranding weeds into the rock star, edible, healing foods and medicines that they are. When identifying nettle, there's a few key ways we can tell what she is without having to get stung. Firstly, she's got hairs on both her stems and leaves, and that's actually what causes the sting. And her leaves kind of have these little jagged tooths on them with very obvious veins in the middle. Later in the season, when nettle is flowering, she can be identified by her large, droopy flower clusters. When we're harvesting nettle, firstly, we want a really good set of gloves that will protect us from the stings. Cowhide is great, or you can get a plastic or these sort of rubbery garden gloves to protect us. I also bring with me a pair of scissors and a bowl, and I put the bowl right underneath so that I don't actually have to touch the plant as I'm doing it. We harvest typically just in the spring because once it's flowered, those leaves aren't as fresh and they don't hold the nutrients that they do earlier. I just take it right at the leaf and let it drop right into the bowl. And see, as you can see, I am not touching anything. Here's our beautiful harvest. Now let's go make some tea. Hey Dirt Magicians, so now that we're back home, let's make my favorite tea, which I love at this time because it helps with my allergies and it's a great boost of nutrients at this time. So first we want to rinse it to get rid of any dirt or insects on it, and I want to avoid touching the nettle the whole time because obviously we avoided getting stung in the garden, we want to avoid getting stung in the kitchen as well. So right down. All right, so now that we've got our strained clean nettle, I've got a boiling pot of water here, so I'm just going to put that right in there. And now we've got fresh nettle tea. Some fun facts about nettle. So nettle is actually used in certain fibers. In the 20th century, they used to make linen and rope out of it. I do not envy those people that had to work with that. There's also a ridiculous competition in the UK in a town called Dorset, where people try and eat as many raw nettle leaves as they can. It started between a dispute between two farmers who didn't want to control the nettle, and it now attracts thousands of people who do this awful stinging eating challenge. As promised, if we accidentally got stung by a stinging needle or even a bee sting, there's a plant that grows usually really close by that we can use to completely soothe that sting. And that is this lady here, plantain. So if we did get stung, we can just take a leaf of her, chew it in our mouth, and then rub it right onto the sting, and it really relieves the pain and the itch of the nettle or bee sting. All right, Dirt Magicians, I'm gonna keep sipping my tea, but that's the end of our video. Let us know if you found something valuable and like the video and subscribe. It helps up and coming content creators like us. We've also got a great free resource all about nettle, as well as a fun nettle frittata recipe. See you next time.